Hello my dear students, how are you all? Today we are going to learn the new poem from your English textbook. The name of the poem is CLM and this poem was written by John Masefield. Okay, so CLM. This poem was written by poet called John Masefield. John Masefield. Okay, my dear students, the CLM is actually the short form for Caroline L. Masefield. Okay, poet has written the short form for CLM, that is Caroline L. Masefield, and poet has dedicated this poem to his mother. Okay, whose name was Caroline L. Masefield. Okay, my dear students, this poem is emotional because here we are going to learn some emotions between the poet and his mother. Poet is actually become very emotional, okay, and that is why he could write this poem. So we are going to learn what is his emotions for his mother, okay, in this poem. One more thing, my dear students. Now you understood this poem is based on his mother's life. Okay, poet has dedicated this poem to his mother. Okay, Caroline S. L. Masefield. One more thing is there, my dear students. Here, before starting with this poem, I want to tell you. Okay, and what is that? Woman. Okay, woman uh, gives birth to children, right? But before giving birth to children, she carries her baby in her womb. She carries babies in her womb, okay, for 9 months. And means for 9 months she goes through tremendous pain, okay. And finally, when she gives birth to baby, okay, that giving birth is again more painful, okay. Means you can understand this kind of suffering of woman, right? Means she has to sacrifice so many things in her life. This is one example we have to take because we are going to learn the same thing in this poem. Second, woman is actually trampled or pressed down by males because this is male dominated world, okay. Men think that it is their birthright to harass or control or torture women. Okay, not all, but there are most of them who think like this and press down the woman. Okay, they think that it is their right. Reason can be anything. They can do a sexual harassment or any other reason. Okay, not giving them equal rights. Okay, so this is the basic theme about the poem. Now we will just learn the lesson, the poem. Sorry. So Caroline L. Masefield, she was mother of John Masefield. Okay, poet John Masefield dedicated this poem to Caroline L. Masefield. Okay, now you should know that Caroline L. Masefield is not alive today. She is dead, and she had died long ago when this poet was just a child. Okay, just a child, little boy he was. That time she had died. And how did she die? While giving birth to sixth child. She died while she died while giving birth while giving birth to sixth child. Okay, means you can understand how many brothers sisters are they? John Masefield. There are six brothers and sisters. I don't know now, but the sixth child was Nora. Her name was Nora. Okay. While giving birth to this sixth child, Nora, poet's mother, Caroline L. Masefield, died. Okay. This you should remember. And one more thing I want to tell you. While giving birth to every child, okay, poet's mother was dying little deaths. Okay. This I am not saying. poet is saying in this poem. So we are going to learn that now. Okay. So my dear students, let's learn the poem step by step, stanza by stanza. Okay. So I will just rub this for you. Caroline S. L. Masefield. Okay. So first stanza. In the dark womb where I began, my mother's life made me a man. Poet is telling, okay, in the dark womb means before taking birth, okay, this poet John Masefield, he was in the womb of his mother, womb of his mother, womb of his mother, and when he was there in the womb of his mother, there was darkness. Okay, my mother's life made me a man, and then she gave him birth, and then means she gave him life, and he became man. Through all the months of human birth, her beauty fed by common earth. Through all the months of human birth. Means what? Through all the months of human birth. Means poet's mother carried a poet in her womb for 9 months. Means she has gone through the pain of 9 months, carrying him in her body for 9 months before giving birth. So that time her beauty fed by common earth. Common earth. This is actually poet has used for his body. Common earth means to feed poet. Okay, in her womb. Poet's mother, poet's mother's beauty was decreasing when she was carrying him in her womb, in her body. Her beauty was decreasing day by day. Okay, so we have to take this meaning. Through all the months of human birth, her beauty fed my common earth. Means she fed him in her womb. Okay, and her beauty was decreasing. Right. I cannot see nor breathe nor stir, but through the death of some of her. Then he is saying, when he was in the womb of his mother, that time he was not able to see. His eyes were closed. He was not able to breathe. He was not able to stir. Stir means here, my dear students, move. Stir means move. He was not able to see. He was not able to breathe. He was not able to move in his mother's womb, but through the death of some of her. But whenever she gave birth to any child, she was dying little. Okay, do you understand? Means woman suffers so much pain while giving birth to a baby. Means that time she dies little. And this poet's mother, she has given birth to 6 children. And while giving birth to sixth child, she died also. You can understand. She was becoming weak and weak whenever she was giving birth to every child. So this was there in the first stanza. Okay. Now second stanza. Down in the darkness of the grave, she cannot see the life she gave. And now she is buried. She is dead and she is buried in some grave. Okay. So here grave. Grave means where poet's mother was buried. Okay. Where poet's mother was buried into the ground. So now there she is. Okay. Down in the darkness of the grave. And in that grave, what is there? Darkness is there. Right. Her body is so much deep into the ground. And there is darkness. She cannot see the life she gave. And from there, now she cannot see the life she gave. Whom means she has given life to poet. And poet has become now big man. But she cannot see this from there. For all her love, she cannot tell whether I use it ill or well, and how much love she had, given him when she was alive and when poet was, little child. Now she cannot tell whether I use it ill or well, and poet is saying how much love she had given me that time when she was alive. She cannot tell now that I am using it, properly or improperly. Whether I have become good person or bad person, right? If I have become good person means I will use it well, her love. If I become bad person means I will use it bad. But poet's mother cannot tell from that grave. Okay, whether I have become good person or bad person. Nor knock at dusty doors to find her beauty dusty in the mind. Nor knock at dusty doors to find. Means today's poet's mind has become dusty or dirty or unclear, and he cannot even remember the beautiful face of her, of his mother. Okay, understood these last two points, lines of second stanza. Nor knock at dusty doors to find her beauty dusty in the mind. Today his mind has become dusty, unclear, that he cannot even remember the beautiful face of his mother. Third stanza, my dear students. If the grave's gates could be undone, she would not know her little son, I am so grown. First three lines of this third stanza is telling if the grave's gates could be opened, undone. Okay, here undone, undone means opened. If the grave's gates could be undone, if now poet's mother is dead, her dead body is buried in some place into the ground. Okay, if the gates of those grave opened, okay, she would not know her little son. She will not know her little son. How is he looking today? Why? Because I am so grown, poet is saying. Because poet has grown up now. He has become into big man. So she cannot see. When she died, that time poet was little child. If we should meet, she would pass by me in the street. If we should meet, she would pass by me in the street. And then again, now next lines poet is saying, if we meet, somewhere on the road or in the street, that time his mother will simply, pass by him. She will not know him or recognize him, and she will just, pass by him. Okay, because he is now not that little child whom she had seen in the when she was alive. He is grown up into now big man. Unless my soul's face, let her see my sense of what she did for me. In next lines, unless my soul's face, let her see my sense of what she did for me. Means, see my dear students, here poet is using soul word. Okay, soul. Soul means what? Atma. In our Indian languages, many Indian languages, we know soul means our Atma. And you know very well, Atma never dies, soul never dies. It is immortal. Okay, and soul will have same age. Okay, so if their souls see each other, what is saying? If unless my soul's face, let her see. If his soul's face, let her see. Means if his soul, if he soul's face, let her see, then only she will be able to know him. Okay, because now she is dead. Okay, she has also soul now. So poet's soul will see, poet's soul's face will see her face, and then they will know each other. Okay, so they will know each other through the soul's face. Okay, this is the meaning given here. So to know each other, they have to use their soul's face. Okay, so here, my dear students, there is one figure of speech. Soul's face. Okay, which figure of speech is there? It is personification. Why? Because soul is inanimate or non-living thing. Soul is inanimate. That is why. And soul's inanimate face. Face. Who has face? Humans have face. So we are giving human quality to soul. Soul's face. So it is becoming personification, figure of speech. Remember this. Personification, figure of speech. Okay. Now next stanza, fourth. In fourth stanza, my dear students, poet is asking two questions to himself. Okay, just because he has become very emotional, that is why he is asking these two questions. What have I done to keep in mind my debt to her and womankind? What have I done to keep in mind my debt to her and womankind? He is asking this question. Okay, means today he thinks that he needs to repay his mother and all womankind. Means his mother has given him birth, gave him life, right? She has suffered all those 9 months when she was carrying him in her body. Okay, so he's saying he needs to pay her back. Debt means something you pay back. Debt, if you take money from other people, you have to give that money back to those people, right? And if you don't give them, until you don't give this debt back or money back, it becomes debt. Okay, so pay back, you have to pay back. So that is the money. Okay, so he's asking this question: what have I done to keep in mind my debt to her and womankind? What have I done? Means she has given me birth, she has given me life, she made me man, and in return, what have I done to keep this in mind? Okay, to my debt to her and all womankind. Poet's mother was a woman. What woman's happier life repays her for those months of wretched days? Okay, let me just, my dear students, rub this because I need to write some more words and their meanings for you. Okay. What woman's happier life repays? Second question. What woman's happier life repays her for those months of wretched days? Here, wretched. Okay, wretched means meaning is given here. It's miserable. Wretched means miserable. Bad days. Wretched, miserable, bad days. Okay. So, do you think poet is asking this? What woman's happier life repays her for those months of wretched days? Which are the wretched days, my dear students? Those 9 months, 9 months of pregnancy of his mother, when she carried poet in her womb. Okay, and went through so much pain and suffering while giving birth also. She was feeling so much pain. So, do you think, my dear students, these wretched days, uh, what woman's happier life repays? Even if a woman is happy, okay, can you compare her happiness with the wretched days? And 9 months she carried the baby in her womb and gone through so much pain. Can you compare this? Right? You cannot. Why? Because those happier days are the less. For all my mouthless body reached, or birth's releasing hell was reached. And when all for all my mouthless body reached, for all my mouthless body reached. Here poet is using this word mouthless. Okay, mouthless body. Do you think poet's body was mouthless when he was in the womb of his mother? No, he was. His body was not mouthless. He had mouth, he had limbs, his hands, legs, everything was there. Okay, but here he is saying mouthless body means he was not uh, taking food through his mouth. His eyes were closed, his mouth was closed. But there was one cord which is attached from his body to the womb of his mother. Through that cord, baby can take the food. Okay, so he is saying here, for all my mouthless body reached. So means he was sucking life out of his mother when he was in the womb of his mother. That time, what was happening? Mother was feeding him. She was giving him life and he was sucking life out of her. Means she was dying a little bit. Okay, before giving birth to him. And that giving birth is also painful. Fourth stanza, last stanza. Fifth. What have I done or tried or said in thanks to that dear woman dead? What have I done or what have I tried or what have I said to say thanks to that, dear woman who is dead? Who is that dear woman? His own mother. Okay, Caroline L. Masefield. So he's saying this, he's become very much emotional and asking to himself, what have I done? What have I tried? What have I said to thank to my dear mother who is dead now? Men triumph over women still, and now he's making this issue from personal to general. His mother was a woman, right? So he's feeling sympathy for all other women. He's comparing his mother's pain with all women. So he's saying men triumph over women still. Men triumph over women still means this is the male dominated world, and here men or males they control women, they defeat women, they okay. Men trample women's rights at will, and people means men they take women's rights as if it is their right to trample women, to press down the woman. Men trample women's rights at will. You understood these two lines. So men triumph over women. Still, means men defeat women. Men control women. Okay, today also. Men trample women's rights. Men take women's rights, thinking that it is their right to take away their rights. Women don't have rights, they are saying. Women should not be equal to men. Some men are there, they are thinking like this. And man's lust roves the world untamed. Here, lust means sexual desire. Okay, sexual desire. They look at women or they harass women, sexually. Men harass women sexually. And that is why in last line of this last stanza of poet is saying, O grave, keep shut, lest I be ashamed. Okay, he's telling, O grave, keep shut, lest I be shamed. O grave, keep shut, lest I be shamed. He's telling his mother's grave that keep shut, do not open the gate of your grave. Keep shut. Otherwise, I will become very shameful. I would feel very shameful. Why? Because world is not same now. When his mother was alive, that time it was different. Now it is not good for women. Women are facing so many problems. Men are controlling them, defeating them, pressing them down, taking their rights, and harassing them sexually. Okay, all these things are happening there in the world. So he is telling his mother's grave that keep shut, do not open, let it be closed, don't open. Okay, otherwise I will be very much ashamed of myself. Okay, so my dear students, this was there in this poem. I hope you must have understood. Please go through this poem. It is very easy poem. And please don't forget to like, share and subscribe my channel. Thank you very much. All the best for your exams. See you then. Bye. Take care.